Alright, I guess I'll tell you guys two stories today. We try to share a couple things that happened to me years ago when I had a JH6 750. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post videos. You guys are fantastic. I appreciate the support. But when I got my first bike, was a JH6 750, I was having a great time. And I remember one time I was riding, and I was riding in a pack with 3 guys, right? And as I'm riding, I'm going down, I'm the last guy in the pack, and I see a huge deer coming out. And he kind of stick his head out. So again, his head was out, and I see it from the back. I actually saw it. But ultimately, the guy in the front, the guy that was first in the pack, didn't see that, right? And I was still in the Marine Corps back then. I was riding with a few Marines. Again, having a good time. But out of nowhere, this deer kind of jumps. And when he jumps, he hits the middle of the street. And as he hit the middle of the street, he does another jump, and he hits the other side of the road. I mean, it was just a 2-lane highway. We were riding on Richlands, North Carolina, in the country. Beautiful place to ride, you know, just country roads. And as he hit the floor, he jumps again, and there he goes into the woods, into the country, God knows where, right? And that's kind of what happened. So again, you know, he kind of stuck his head out, did one jump, landed in the front, did another jump, gone. He was gone. But the guy in front of the pack, he hit the brakes, and he hit the brakes, that front brake, so hard that his wife flew out, he flew out, and the motorcycle flew out as well. So it was a really bad accident. If I remember correctly, he broke his collarbone, and it was just a really bad one. I remember that for some reason I stopped the motorcycle and I started running. And I don't remember why I didn't roll to that location, you know. I mean, it wasn't far away. It was like maybe, I don't know, from here to that red car over there. But for whatever reason, I stopped and I just ran. And then I thought to myself, why did I do that? I could have just ride my motorcycle there. But again, you know, that's what I did. I ran there, and there was another guy with me. He parked right next to the crash. And he kind of did the same thing. And I remember that I said something like, hey, lay down on the floor. I told his wife to lay down on the floor because she actually got up and was walking, and it was really bad. I'm like, no, lay down on the floor. Don't move. I told the other guy not to move as well. And then we didn't know exactly what we were, the location, because, you know, being in the country, there's not too many houses. So the other guy actually rode his motorcycle, and he actually went into the next house to look at the mailbox to see the address. We called 911. They took him to a special hospital because it was really bad. And he made it. He made it. He was okay. The bike was totally destroyed. I remember that I went to my unit, and the company commander, the first question he asked me was like, well, did he perform his, what was it called? Motorcycle safety course? And I got so mad. Because I was thinking to myself, maybe you should ask how he's doing, right? I don't give a crap about the motorcycle safety course in that particular moment. And the reason why they ask you that, guys, is because if you don't do that in the Marines, they charge you. They charge you and you get into trouble, right? So it's kind of like covering his back. Well, have you done this? And again, you know, it was kind of crap, but it is what it is. So as this happened, I remember that I thought to myself, man, you never know. I mean, it could come out of nowhere. You know, a deer. We were having a great time. We stopped right before that to take some pictures. And next thing you know, a deer took him out. And it was, I don't remember it. It was daylight. It wasn't dark. It was daylight. So here's the thing. You never know where it's coming from, right? And I tell you, in another particular situation, the same rider, I remember we were riding in North Carolina as well, and there was a girl putting makeup, and as she was putting makeup, she had the visor down, and she kind of like decided to, I guess, not really change lanes, she kind of got into the other lane because she wasn't paying attention, right? She was putting makeup. And as she got into the next lane, she actually hit him as well. And she just kind of tapped him. It wasn't that bad. He kind of like swerved a little bit. He was able to get back into his his riding position. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," yada yada yada, right? And I'm gonna tell you what, this guy that I'm talking about, he was a very experienced rider. This is not your first time rider. This is a guy that knows how to ride a motorcycle. A guy that been riding for a long time. So again, you never know where it's gonna come from. You really don't. So here's the thing. I tell this to people all the time. When you ride a motorcycle, you gotta be really, really careful. You really do. You gotta be very, very aggressive. And I know sometimes we don't want to be as aggressive, but specifically in places like this, you see so much traffic. I mean, now I'm going up a bridge. I don't know what's in the other side. I gotta be ready to hit that brake, maybe slow down a little bit. So again, you got to be really aggressive. I have drove through these locations. I know what it takes to ride through here. But look at all that traffic coming up. It's insane, right? So you got to ride your bike so aggressive. And one thing that I have learned so far, and I try to do it all the time, is to stay away from cars. Stay away from them as much as you can. Maybe you have to slow down. Maybe you have to like speed up. Maybe you have to do whatever, but try to stay away from cars because cars are not paying attention. They're really not. They don't care. They may be texting. They may be, I don't know. Oh, look at that. North Carolina plate. Talking about North Carolina. So, again, they may be not paying attention. They may be texting. They may be trying to cross into the other line like this guy. So they don't know. And the problem with this is that if they hit you, you don't have anything to protect you. I mean, these things are dangerous. These motorcycles are very, very dangerous. You have nothing to protect you. So, again, you got to drive really, really aggressive. Always look at your mirrors. Always look every place you go. Be alert of what's going on and try to, put yourself away from cars. And the other thing that I kind of learned, and I think they talked about this in the safety course. I don't know. I took the course so many years ago. Is to always have escape route. If something happened, where are you gonna go, right? Where are you gonna, you're gonna go that way. You're gonna turn left. You're gonna turn right. Try to always have a escape route when it's possible. There are some times that may not be possible, but if it's possible, try to definitely have escape route, right? So, anyways, I gotta tell you, bikes are really enjoyable. Bikes are great, but also bikes are really dangerous. So we got to be in alert. Let me know what you think. Comment is down below. And as always, God is in control.